Hello everyone. Today I am discussing about algorithms and flowcharts and pseudocode. These are all topics today I am going to discuss. First one is algorithms. In this part of video we have to learn what is an algorithm. Next one is characteristics of algorithm. Next, general structure followed to write an algorithm. Last one is how to write an algorithm with examples. Next, what is an algorithm? What is an algorithm? An algorithm is a collection of finite number of sequential steps. When executed, that performs a given task is known as algorithm. It is a step-by-step approach to solve a given problem. It is represented in an English-like language and has some mathematical symbols. What is the significance of an algorithm? It is very much useful for writing computer programs. It acts as a blueprint for writing a programs. Next, characteristics of an algorithm. We are having five characteristics of an algorithm. Algorithm should satisfy the following 5 steps. First one is input. What is the input? You can take 0 or more quantities are externally supplied. Next one is output. At least one quantity is produced. Next one is definiteness. Each instruction is clear and unambiguous. Next one is finiteness. Algorithm should terminate with finite number of steps. Next one is effectiveness. Each instruction must be clear and basic. These are all the characteristics of an algorithm. Next one is general structure followed or steps choose to write an algorithm. First one is start. That means beginning of an algorithm. Next one is input data, read input if needed. Next, computational steps. That means evaluation of expressions or decision making statements. Next one is output computed information. That means display the output. Last one is stop. That means termination. These are all 5 steps followed to create a algorithm. Next, how to write an algorithm. This is the example for how to write an algorithm. I can take the example as find sum and average of given 3 numbers. What is the title of this one? Algorithm for sum and average. In this, first step is start and last step is stop. In between, you have to write the algorithm. Second one is input. That means I can take the 3 variables. That means A, B, C. I can take the ABC values. Third step is compute. That means evaluate. Compute sum is equal to A plus B plus C. In next step, I can compute average value. That means average is equal to sum by 3. Next step is print the resultant value. That means sum and average. And last step is stop. You have to write algorithm like this only. Next, another example for algorithm. That means find largest of given numbers. That what is the title of this one? Algorithm largest of 2 given numbers. What are the first and last step? First step is start and last step is stop. In second step, read the input values. That means read A comma B. I can take the A value as 3 and B value as 2. In step 3, if A greater than B means 3 greater than 2. Condition true. Then it goes to step 4. What is the step 4? Print A is largest and go to step 6. What is the step 6? Stop. Otherwise, if in case A I can take the A value as 4, B value as 5. 4 greater than 5 is false. Then it can goes to step 5. What is the step 5? Print B is largest and go after printing the resultant value, it can goes the stop. Next, merits and demerits of algorithm. We are having 4 merits and we are having 4 merits. Algorithm acts as a blueprint for program development. And next one is each technique to understand logic. Next one is easy to identify errors. Next, easy to debug. These are all the merits of algorithm. Next one is demerits. Time consuming. That means it takes lots of time to write the algorithm. Next one is difficult to code for lengthy problems. Next one is big tasks are difficult to write an algorithm. These are all demerits of algorithms. Next one is flowchart. In this next part of lesson, we have to learn what is a flowchart. Next one is significance of flowcharts. flowchart symbols, how to write a flowchart. What is a flowchart? A flowchart is a pictorial representation of a sequence of steps followed for solving a problem. Flowcharts are drawn is using certain special purpose symbols such as rectangles, diamonds, ovals, and small circles. These symbols are connected by arrows called flow lines. What is the significance of a flowchart? Flowchart is an important aid to the development of a solution to a program, easier to understand than an algorithm, independent of any particular programming language, proper documentation, next program debugging, and easy and clear presentation. This is the significance of all flowchart. Next, these are the symbols used in the flowchart. First one is oval, denotes the beginning or end of the program. Next one is parallelogram, denotes an input operation. Next one is rectangle, denotes a process to be carried out. Next one is diamond, denotes a decision to be made. The program should continue along with one of two routes. Next one is hybrid, denotes an output operation. Next one is flow line, that means denotes the direction of logical flow in a program. These are all symbols used to write a flow chart. This is the example for flow chart. Flow chart for swapping of two given numbers. What is the first step? Start. Next one is input. I can take the n value as 0, n2 as 0, temp value is 0. Next, read n1 and n2. Next, I can store the n value as temp. Next, n2 to n1 and temp to n2. Print n1 and n2. After swapping, we have to print n1 and n2. Next, stop. This is the flowchart for swapping of two given numbers. Next one is flowchart for finding the largest of three given numbers. That means you can take the three variables as input. First start, next three variables as input, that means a, b, c. In the first next step, if a greater than b is true, I can take the a, b, c values as a value as 3, b value as 2, c value as 1. If a greater than b, that means 3 greater than 2. If it is true, then it goes to a greater than c. What is the value of a greater than c? 3 greater than c. What is the if it is true, then it goes to output a. What is the bigger value now? A is the bigger value. Then it prints and it comes to the stop. If in case I can take the a value as 2, b is 3, c is 1. If a greater than b, what is the value of a greater than b? 2 greater than 3. Condition false. Then it goes to b greater than c. B, what's the value of b greater than c? 3 greater than 1. If it is true, then it prints output as b. Then it can go after printing the output, it can goes to stop. This is the example for largest of three given numbers. Next one, merits and demerits of flowcharts. What is the merits and demerits of flowchart? First one is merits. It is just short and simple. Next, logical steps, effective communication. Flowcharts can be visually appealing, visual clarity, proper documentation. These are the merits of flowchart. Next one is demerits. Not suitable where large solution is long, complicate things, difficult to alter. It can be difficult to draw a flowchart neatly. Uh, it, it takes lots of time for some situations, including oversimplifying, repeated modifications, and reproduction. These are all the merits and demerits of flowchart. Next, pseudocode. In this next part of lesson, we have to learn what is pseudocode, significance of pseudocode, how to write pseudocode. What is the pseudocode? Pseudocode is a simple and concise sequence of English-like instruction to solve a problem. Pseudocode is a text-based detail design tool. Pseudocode is often used as a way of describing a computer program to someone who does not understand how to program a computer. When learning to program, it is important to write pseudocode because it helps you clearly understand the problem that you are trying to solve. Next, it also helps you to avoid getting bogged down with syntax details. Pseudocode is an artificial and informal language that helps programmers develop algorithms. The rules of pseudocode are reasonably straightforward. All statements showing dependency are to be indented. These include while, do, for, if, switch. It uses the structural conventions of a normal programming language, but it is indented for human reading rather than machine reading. What is the significance of a pseudocode? Pseudocode fits more easily on a page of paper. Pseudocode can be written in any way that is very close to real program code, so making it easier later to write the program. Pseudocode take less time to write than drawing a flowchart. Pseudocode will vary according to whoever writes it. This is the significance of pseudocode. Pseudocode for determining whether student passed or failed. This is the example how to write a pseudocode. First one is start program. Next, input grade. If student's grade is greater than or equal to 60, print passed, else it prints failed. End if. Next, end of the program. This is the example for pseudocode. Another example of pseudocode is compute the area of a rectangle. First one is start program. Next one is get the length L and width W. Compute the area. What is the formula of area of a rectangle? Length into width. Next, display the area. Next, end of the program. This is the pseudocode for area of a rectangle. Next, merits and demerits of pseudocode. Merits are improves the readability of any approach, acts as a bridge between the program and the algorithm or flowchart. It makes the code construction phase easier for the programming. Pseudocode does not tend to run over many pages. It can be easily modified as compared to flowchart. It can be written, read, and understand easily. Converting a pseudocode to program language is very easy. These are the merits of pseudocode. Next, demerits. It does not include the full logic of the pseudocode. And pseudocode sometimes causes non-programmers to misunderstand the complexity of a coding project. It's not visual. Introduce errors possibilities in trying to be code. Next, try to do it yourself now. Design an algorithm, flowchart, and for the following. First one is to find the smallest of three numbers. Next, second one is to find the area and circumference of a circle. Next, to find the area and perimeter of a rectangle. Next, to determine whether a number is prime or not. You have to try these are the examples. Thank you very much.